Hey everybody, my name is Anna Coach with Muse Illuminate, here to share some techniques on setting and accomplishing New Year's resolutions. As we are only a few days away from 2018 ending and the new year starting, I'm sure most of you are already setting your New Year's resolutions and goals for the new year. I'm sure you've analyzed how 2018 went and are hoping and planning to have a better year to come. Now, writing down a goal is easy, but accomplishing them is a whole other level. Let's dive in. So what is a New Year's resolution? A New Year's resolution is a promise you make in the beginning of the year to either stop doing something or to start doing something. And it goes way back. People have been setting up New Year's resolutions from the beginning of time. The Babylonians made promises to their gods at the start of each year that they would return borrowed objects and pay their debts. The Romans began each year by making promises to the god Janus, for whom the month of January is named after. And in the medieval era, the knights took the peacock vow at the end of the Christmas season each year to affirm their commitment. And every year, we start a new year and we set our New Year's resolutions, but about 80% of people give up on the resolution by the second week of February. And this happens mainly because of their habits. Everything and anything we do is the fruit of our habits. And if your resolution is either to stop doing something or to start doing something, then we need to change our habits, which is one, a very painful process because it's something that's been subconsciously programmed into our minds, the way we do things. But when we start shifting our habits, it is by far the most extremely rewarding process you'll ever go through. So when you set a New Year's resolution, there are a few things required from you. One of them is a full commitment. So you have to fully commit to your resolution or goal. You have to decide to give it your all instead of giving half. So if you commit to losing weight, then you commit to changing your eating and going to the gym. If you commit to saving money, then you have to fully commit to making coffee at home, going out a little less, not spending your money on little things. So you have to fully commit yourself to your goal. It's like a partnership. 2, accepting change in our behaviors and habits. Just like I said, you have to accept, if you want to lose weight, you have to accept change in the way you eat, the way you sleep, and the way you walk too. You also have to accept change in your habits. So if you want to wake up early in the morning and you have a habit of sleeping past 12, you have to accept that has to change. Or if you want to change your eating behavior, you want to eat, the recommended nutrition, which is 3 meals a day, then you have to change how many times you eat during the day. You also have to find time to dedicate to your resolution and your goal. A lot of the times we spend most of our days doing things for other people, and next thing we know, it's already 10 o'clock and we haven't done anything for ourselves. So what's required of you is to dedicate time. If you can't dedicate a full hour, try to dedicate at least a few intervals of 15 minutes throughout the day for yourself. Put it in your schedule, put it in your calendar, put a timer on your phone until making time for you becomes a habit. Energy is also required. So if you usually burn out by 2 p.m. in the day, then maybe you need to sleep a little earlier to have enough energy to go through the next day. You also need to protect your energy. So if you're hanging around people that are constantly negative, that's going to affect your performance throughout the day. So your high energy is fully required for your goals and your resolutions. And of course, a lot of patience. You have to let yourself know that it's okay if you don't accomplish it the first or the second time. because your resolution is not a 30-day time period. It's really a 12 months. So you have 12 months to accomplish your resolutions. So you have to be patient. Maybe it won't work out the first time, the second time, the third time, but you have to, love yourself so much that you keep giving yourself a chance for those 12 months to check that resolution off. The whole point of setting a New Year's resolution initially is to see results. And results comes from your change in behavior, how you respond, your change in perspective, how you view things, how you view your challenges and your circumstances, whether you're viewing it from a bad point or a good point, a change in your priorities. Are you making yourself a priority, or are you making everybody else a priority? And a change in your beliefs. Do you have faith in yourself? You also have to have an idea of how long it's going to take. So if you want to lose 10 pounds, you have to know, for me as a person, is it realistic for me to lose 10 pounds in 30 days or in 60 days? You have to know, how much discipline is it going to require of me? Do I need to cut out the sweets? Do I need to cut out the carbs? Or, if you want to save money, how much discipline is it going to take for me to say no to going out at nights when I can stay home and eat or stay home and watch a movie? And how much patience it's going to take from you. And you have to keep in mind, the universe will test your patience. Sometimes we feel like the world is against us, but in reality, we're just being tested by our strength and our patience for what we want. Good things never come easy. Another example, like I said before, losing 10 pounds in 60 days requires a change in your eating, sleeping, and daily activity. Achieving your New Year's resolution. Now, it's very important to surround yourself in a positive environment that supports you. If you tell your friends that you have a goal of saving 50 grand in 2019, and they tell you that because they know you, that's not going to happen, or if you tell your friends, I want to start a business, and they put you down, you always have to make sure that your surrounding is constantly supporting you. You also have to spend more time with like-minded people. They say the 5 people you spend the most time with, you become. So, if I were you, I would write down on a piece of paper, who are the 5 people I spend the most time with, and next to their names, write down on a scale of 1 to 5, how much influence do they play in my life, and are they positive or negative people? If most of your 5 people are negative, I would suggest you to find a new group of people to hang around with. You also have to learn to say no to things that doesn't matter or serve your goals. Now, this is a personal problem that I used to have. I would say yes to everything and everyone, whether I agreed with it or not, whether I had the time for it or not. I would say yes. And then next thing I know, years go by, and I haven't really done much for myself. But if I were to learn to say no, let me do what I have to do first, and then I'll call you, things would have been much different. So you have to learn to say no for the future of your life. Of course, not to everything, but to most things. You have to start making time for yourself during the day to focus on your goals and your future. And remember, your daily responsibilities are important, but so are you. Yes, your kids are important, your pets are important, your friends are important, but so are you. Whether it's waking up early and spending an hour on yourself reading, taking a walk, meditating, writing down what you're grateful for, or going to bed an hour early and spending that time, an hour time reading, writing down your gratitude, pre-planning your day. So you have to somewhere throughout your day find some time for you, or else you'll go crazy. So you have to know it's a new year. 2019 will be your year, and it will be your time. And the next level of your life requires the next level of you. So if you want to save a lot of money, you have to change the way you do things. If you want to lose weight, you have to change the way you do things. If you want your business to prosper, then you probably have to change the way you market, the way you communicate, the way you prospect. All that has to change, because you are where you are because of what you are doing. But if you want to get to somewhere else, then you have to change what you're doing. Here are some New Year's resolution examples if you're stuck. Improving physical well-being, eating healthy food, losing weight, exercising more, eat better, drink less alcohol, quit smoking, stop biting nails, get rid of old bad habits, improve mental well-being, think positive, laugh more often, enjoy life, improve finances, get out of debt, save money, make small investments, improve career, perform better at current job, get a better job, establish own business, improve education, improve grades, get a better education, learn something new, maybe a foreign language, maybe music, study often, read more books, improve talents, improve self, become more organized, reduce stress, be less grumpy, manage time, be more independent, watch less TV, read more, take a trip, volunteer to help others, practice life skills, give to charity, volunteer at a part-time organization, get along better with people, improve social skills, enhance social intelligence, make new friends, spend quality time with family members. These are just a few resolution examples. So, how do you set a New Year's resolution that actually works and will set you apart from the 80% of people that give up? Okay, so when you set a goal, it has to be meaningful to you and it has to be doable. So it has to mean something for you, and you have to believe that you can do it. Your resolution fails because they're not the right ones and they're not set right. A lot of us set goals for the wrong reasons. We set it for other people. Maybe we set it for our parents, for our spouse, for our kids, for our friends. Maybe your family thinks you should be a nurse. So your goal is to start nursing school. But deep down inside, that's not what you want. But you're doing it because your family wants it. Or your family thinks you need to pick up a hobby. Your family wants you to start learning how to play piano, but you don't want to play piano. But because they want you to, you set the goal. But you will never accomplish it, because if it's not from the heart, it will only take you so far. And your goal has to be very detailed. If it's not detailed, you will fail. And I'm going to show you a system that'll help you set a detailed goal. A lot of us set goals, but we don't have an action plan to back it. So it's like wanting to go to a city and not using your GPS to help you navigate to that city. Your resolutions must be smart. So there's a proven goal setting system that actually helped individuals set their goals in detail and in the right manner. It's called the SMART system. Using the system's guidelines and applying it to your goal will increase your success on accomplishing them. Now, I love this system. I use the SMART system for every single goal that I have, whether it's personal, business, financial, whatever it is. If you follow the system's outline to the point and you apply it to your life all throughout next year, I can promise you that you will hit your New Year's resolutions. So S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for achievable, R is for relevant, and T is for time bound. All right? So let's talk about S, specific. When you set a goal, you have to be very, very, very clear. You have to know the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, and the how. It should all be answered regarding your resolutions. So take your goal, write it on a line, and then under that write who is this for, who is it going to benefit, what is it for, when am I going to start, where is this going to happen, why am I doing it, and what is my action plan. Be very specific. Right? Now, for an example again, there's a significant difference between saying I want to lose weight and I will lose 10 pounds in 60 days. When you say I want to lose weight in 2019, the universe doesn't know when and how much. So you might say I want to lose weight, and the universe will say, okay, 1 pound is a weight loss, and you might lose 1 pound. And the universe might say, maybe you can lose a pound in November. Get where I'm going? But if you say, I want to lose 10 pounds from January 1st till March 30th, whatever it is, then we're talking. The more specific you get, the more clear your direction will be. Measurable. You have to track your success somehow, whether it's in a journal, on your phone, or in an app. You can create spreadsheets, take pictures, create a graph. Whenever you track your success, you know exactly what direction you're supposed to go. Whether you're supposed to increase your level, lower your level, whether what you're doing is working, whether you need to change your action plan. Fine. When you measure your success, let's put it this way. It allows you to find the leak in your pipeline. And when we're able to measure, we finish the goal, because when we see our own growth, it naturally motivates us to continue going forward. Now, achievable. Don't be afraid to dream big, but it's important to take your big goal and break it down into smaller goals. Now, you have to also believe that you can achieve it. If your goal is to save $100,000 in 2019, and that's what you want, but you're having trouble saving $1,000 a month, then that goal is going to look way too big for you, right? But let's say you break it down. Let's say you want to save $3,000 a month. That's $1,000 a week, and you just keep breaking it down. How much is that per day? When you break it down to daily, then you know, okay, every day I'm gonna put 100, 150, whatever into a savings account. It becomes smaller. When you break your goal down in your head, it becomes more reasonable. And when it becomes more reasonable, the fear of achieving it disappears. Your mind doesn't play the game of, do you really think you can do it? So you have to, break down your goal so you don't become overwhelmed. Relevant. Is it relevant to you? Does it matter for you? Is it for the right reasons? If your goal doesn't matter to you, then don't do it. Don't waste your time. If you're doing it for other people, don't waste your time. Do something that resonates with you. Do something that has to do with your why. Does it seem worthwhile? Is right now the right time for me to take on this goal based on my current condition? Does this match my efforts and my needs? Am I the right person to reach this goal? It has to be relevant, and it also has to be time bound. Now, it doesn't matter if you're setting a New Year's resolution or a life goal. There has to be a deadline. It needs to have a time, or else you'll never make it. And your deadline has to be enough time for you to achieve your goals. If you're making, let's say, I'm going to shoot a small amount, $3,000 a month, and your goal is to save $10,000 in January, and you tell yourself, I have 60 days to do that, is that really enough time for you to achieve your goal? You have to be reasonable, and it has to make sense. And every goal needs a target date so that you have a deadline to focus on and something to work towards. Anyone can set a goal, but if it lacks realistic timing, chances are you're not going to succeed. Providing a target date for deliverables is imperative. Ask specific questions about the goal's deadline and what can be accomplished within that time period. If the goal will take 3 months to complete, it's useful to define what should be achieved halfway through the process. Okay? So if you want to save, and I'm going to keep using this as an example, if you want to save 40,000 in 2019, take the halfway mark. How much do I need to have by 6 months in order to stay on track? And how much do I need to have saved by 3 months? Okay? And when you break it down, you will know if that is realistic timing or not. So time bound, it's very, very important. And that's the SMART system. You take your goal, you write down the specifics, you create a plan on how to track it, and you follow the system, and you go on from there. And at the end, I'm going to give you guys a worksheet. So we have only a few days left till 2019 begins, and I am beyond excited for next year. A lot is changing in the world. A lot of opportunities are rising. We're only one step away from accomplishing and achieving our goal life, and that's just one decision. If you decide to commit to your goals, the rest is history. So take these few days, write down what you want 2019 to be like, and go from there. Outline your goals using the SMART system. Create an action plan. Don't just write your goals, create an action plan. And if you don't know how to create an action plan, we have a very, very talented team of experts that can help you and guide you with creating your action plan. So don't hesitate to contact us through email or through Instagram Messenger or Facebook Messenger. And of course, don't just write it, apply it, and take action. I'm beyond excited for you guys. December's book was Dream Year. It was an amazing book, especially for those of you working at a job. It truly does remind you about your greatness and your powers and how abundant the world is and how much you can achieve and give back. It was an amazing book. Next month's book is The Magic of Thinking Big. And next month's webinar is actually going to be about a vision board. So in January, we'll include some stuff in your box to help you create your vision board. But what a vision board is basically you take a board you can find at Staples or any office supply store, and you write down your short-term to your long-term goals. You put a picture of your dream house, your dream car. You put a picture of, what you want your life to look like, your family life, your health life, your friendship life. You put all those types of pictures on the board. Every day you look at it, you close your eyes, and you visualize all of that coming true. And we'll get more into detail next month about that. But here is some fun resources that we include for you. Everybody should have a goal card in their box saying my goal. And I've been using this goal card. I get one every single year. And for 4 years already, I've been using my goal card. And you know what? I write it. Every year I read it. Every day I read it. About 3 times a day. I keep it in front of me. And whatever date I write down, let's say by March 2019. I'm so happy and grateful now that I reached my promotion, or now that I reached my 100K income, now that I reached my 10-pound weight loss, whatever it is. Anytime I wrote the goal and the date, it always happened around the time of the date that I wrote it on. It's amazing. So you guys all should have a goal card. Those that don't have it, let us know. Email us. We'll add it to your next box. We're also gonna include the gratitude Bank of the Universe check, and this one is a lot of fun. Share it with your kids, share it with your spouse, your friends. We'll attach the downloadable link to this too. So how it works is, imagine getting a check from the Bank of the Universe. You write down your name, you write down how much you want, you write down the date that you're gonna get this check, and you go from there. And I'll include a YouTube link to Jim Carrey's story about him writing a really large check back when he first started acting, and the date he wrote the check was the same day he got casted to play on Dumb and Dumber. I'll include that video in there as well. We'll also have a worksheet called the SMART Goal Map. So take this worksheet, make a few copies, and for every goal, follow this outline, and then transfer whatever you write here into like a little paragraph. Okay? And of course, always remember, although no one can go back and make a brand new start, anyone can start from now and make a brand new ending. Thank you guys very much. Again, my name is Anna. It's a pleasure to spend this time with you. Have a great day. Happy New Year's. 2019 is only a few days away, and it's going to be by far the best year you are ever going to have moving forward.